Are we good? Okay. Good afternoon. This is our design project, Medical Magnetics. My name is Addie.
I'm Kirsten.
I'm Allie.
And I'm Marliana.
We started brainstorming and mind mapping, and we came up with these themes listed: COVID, female-related, because it is a female camp, and gardening, but decided to go with the older audience theme. This is because of my grandpa's suggestion to redesign the cap of a medicine bottle, which, because of the child-proof lock, makes it very difficult for many people to open. So we wanted to solve the problem for the older population who struggles to open child-locked bottles due to varying strengths and/or health conditions. People use their bottles daily, so it is very inconvenient if they can't open the bottle, especially with no one to help them.
So we began by researching the statistics about this topic, and we found that of people over 81 years old, 14% could not open a screw cap bottle, 32% could not open a snap lid bottle, and 73% of these people could not receive any help in opening their bottles, which means that they could not take their medication. So when thinking about our design, we thought back to child-proof cabinet locks that our parents used to have, and we wondered if we could incorporate that into our design. So here are some of our initial drawings, and we even thought about making a turn lock on top of the medicine bottle cap, but after further consideration, we determined that it would not be as effective as other solutions. So some of our constraints are that the design must be child-locked but not physically challenging for shaky and weak hands to open. We also only had 2 weeks to redesign an already existing product, and we had to keep the production cost in mind.
So these are the four most common types of medicine bottles, and as you can see, they all require some type of pushing, pulling, turning, or squeezing motion. When we talked to our grandparents about which bottle they found the most and least difficult, there was no one specific answer. So when redesigning our bottle, we made sure to keep in mind that we had to eliminate the extra force that these original bottles required.
Through the interviews and research we conducted, we designed an effective solution to our problem that not only requires a small amount of force to open, but is also child-proof. Simply, we implemented magnets, springs, and rings. When one receives their first pill bottle, it will come with the polypropylene bottle and an adjustable magnetic ring. In the cap of the bottle, there is a ferrite magnet that slides on a small plastic post, with springs attached on each side. These springs connect the magnet to the interior of the cap. In its resting position, the springs are neither stretched nor compressed. This complements the keyhole, as one could describe it, in the rim of the bottle, where the resting position of the spring locks the cap onto the bottle. To open the bottle, the user would first take the magnetic ring, which is made of plastic and a neodymium magnet, and slide it onto their thumb with the magnet facing the inner thumb. Next, as the user lines up their thumb to the flat side of the cap like they normally would when opening a flip-up type bottle, the neodymium of the ring attracts the ferrite magnet in the cap. As the two magnets attract one another, the springs compress towards the direction of the other magnet, bringing the magnet in the cap to the open section of the keyhole in the bottle. Now the bottle is unlocked and can be easily opened by a flipping up motion.
We reached out to the GlaxoSmithKline pharmaceutical company seeking advice about our design. However, they were only available to speak to us next week at the earliest, so we are still in the process of receiving professional feedback about our product. Our target audience is towards the older population, such as those with medical conditions like arthritis and Parkinson's, and elders with weaker muscles. However, we believe anyone who uses medication on a daily basis, like teens and young adults, will benefit from this redesign, as it does require less force to open than the current bottle.
The manufacturing cost of our bottle and cap through injection molding would be 8 cents, and the ring, which is optional at the counter, would cost 15 cents to manufacture, which means with $20, 250 bottles could be made.
So some of our pros are that the bottle is child-proof but not senior-proof, so no excess force is required. It eliminates the need for assistance, and it is very limited degree of dexterity or cognitive ability required. However, it is more expensive than the current bottle, but it is within reason, and that it is an extra step in the production process.
And that is the conclusion. Thank you for listening, and we are happy to answer any questions you may have.